All right, I'm here with Andrew Breitbart. We just saw the filming, a private screening of Undefeated, about the life story of Sarah Palin and how she stood up to the good old boys establishment, stood up against the big oil companies, and represented the people. But the American media has just persecuted her and dragged her through the mud. Could Sarah Palin get this Tea Party going for the 2012 election?
Well, of course she's going to get the Tea Party going for the election because she's an authentic voice who's stood by the Tea Party since 2008. Sarah Palin has been, true reformist-minded person and an authentic and American troublemaker. And the media's tried to destroy her. The Republican Party doesn't like her because she's not an accomplice. She's not part of the establishment, so she is the Tea Party. Sarah Palin is the only person that stood up to the behemoth that is the Democrat media complex, which is the natural alliance of the mainstream media, the Democratic Party, and liberal interest groups. She's a tough cookie.
All right, let's talk about the debates tonight at the Regan Library. Included all the candidates with the exception of a potential candidate, Sarah Palin. What was one highlight and one lowlight of that debate tonight?
The highlight was the lowlight, and the lowlight was the highlight. The premise was flawed, that the Republicans would accept the premise of an MSNBC debate at the Regan Library. An MSNBC debate at the Regan Library is an insult to the House of Reagan. MSNBC has pushed the argument that the Tea Party, meaning millions of Americans, tens of millions of Americans, are racist and potentially violent, wannabe Timothy McVeighs, that they're extremists. When MSNBC was the mastermind, the idea behind it is born of General Electric under Jeffrey Immelt, who is the president's jobs advisor, who has taken billions of dollars in stimulus money, which is corporate welfare, and then takes this unwatched network to become a propaganda organ that attacks Michelle Bachmann and Rick Perry every single day, 24/7. For them to stand up there and accept the premise that MSNBC is a news organ shows that these people don't understand how serious the opposition is in trying to destroy the Republican Party conservatism in the United States.
How do we change the media to report what is the truth and what is good?
I think the short answer is you have to be entertaining. And I try to deliver what I believe to be the truth in such a way that it catches people's attention. And the left is very good at it. I mean, I don't know a single person that doesn't secretly admire NPR, the government-funded news network, or The New Yorker, the left-wing magazine that is like the standard bearer of the literate leftist establishment, and the Jon Stewart Show. And all of them represent the left of center point of view. And just espousing the truth, which we on the conservative side hold, isn't enough. Being earnest is not enough. You have to be entertaining. You have to be funny. You have to be witty. You have to know how to write well. You have to be aesthetically pleasing. And the conservative movement doesn't get that at all. It doesn't understand that the medium is the message.
All right, the Tea Party is strong in many parts of the country. California, it isn't so strong. Do you see any change in the environment?
I think people don't realize how the American dream has gone down the drain as we know it, and that the California dream has gone down the drain as we know it. And people, the smart people, have already left. And so we're living in a dystopia. This is Mad Max Thunderdome, but the surf's up and the weather's fine.
Do you see a lot of hope for America right now in light of economic downturn and hopeless numbers coming through?
I know there's a politically correct answer, of course, but unless the average citizen wakes up to the peril that we face. I'm glad that I've come to know thousands of Americans that are in the Tea Party, that represent millions of Americans that are the Tea Party, who get that America is on the verge of not becoming America, and it's just based upon raw economics. This isn't about the philosophical concept of American exceptionalism. This is about whether or not we can afford to be America.
We need more Sarah Palins out there, someone that has the guts to put their necks on the line and to stand for what is right and what our founding fathers had put forth to make this country so great. Where do you see us going with all this?
Well, it's going to take more than Sarah Palin and me and Michelle Bachmann and other people that have showed up at tea parties and have withstood the battles. I've seen you out there in the trenches as well, and I appreciate that you're out there fighting and withstanding. You're experiencing the same attacks that I'm experiencing, and it's going to take good Americans like you to stand up to this.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much for those comments. Folks, we appreciate you being with us tonight, and you guys have a great evening.